Now we're really moving along. Now you're starting to get a little more progressive and advanced into your boxing technique, understanding your stance, your footwork, your punches. Now let's cover how you defend those punches. Now, when it comes into boxing, when it comes into defense, there's multiple ways to defend one punch. The jab, for example, I could defend the jab in multiple ways. But for today, this is just your essentials, your basics. Let's cover one way to defend each punch. Now, you're going to have different principles when it comes into your boxing technique, when it comes into defense now. Now, first rule right here, when it comes into boxing defense, I like to watch my opponent's shoulders. And again, you're most likely doing this program, going through these lessons on your own, but you need to visualize the opponent in front of you and you need to watch their shoulders. Those shoulders will tell you what kind of punch they're going to throw. So as you start to work with different training partners, as you start to work with a proper boxing coach, start to watch their shoulders, and that'll teach you to memorize and see what kind of punches they're going to be throwing at you. I don't watch their eyes. I don't watch their hands because they could do so many different things with their hands to distract me. The shoulders will tell you what kind of punch they will throw at you. Next rule of defense, just like a punch, when you're moving to avoid a punch, you need to move quick, but you need to come back just as quick. Just like a punch, you throw quick, you bring it back quick. Defensive movement, you move quick, you come back to your perfect position just as fast. I can't enforce this enough, so I'm going to repeat it one more time. Just like a punch, you throw it out fast, you bring it back fast. Just like a defensive movement, you're going to move fast, you're going to come back to position just as fast. Third rule when it comes into your defensive movement, all right? Remember, you're visualizing their shoulders, you're watching their shoulders, you're coming back to position just as fast. And the third principle is distance on how you're going to move to avoid a punch. Well, look at my hand. See how big my hand is? It's only about 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches in size and width. That's how much you have to move. You don't want to over exaggerate how much you're moving because, again, you're putting yourself out of position when you defend. You only want to slightly put yourself out of position just enough to avoid that punch, okay? So let's cover your first punch, how to defend that first punch. Well, the number one is your jab right here. Let's teach you to defend the jab. You'll defend the jab by slipping the jab. Now, when you slip a punch, think of a straight line down the center. That's where the jab is coming, right? When you slip a jab, you're taking your head, which is the target, off of that center line. Now, when it comes into slipping, there's multiple ways people like to teach a slip. You can point the shoulders a little more similar to a Floyd Mayweather. You go side to side a little more like an oblique crunch, similar to a Mike Tyson. I like to teach a little mix of both. As I slip the jab, I slightly point that shoulder as I bend my knees, taking my head off of the center line. When I slip the jab, I'm going to be slipping towards my back hand. So if you're right-handed, you're slipping to your right. If you're left-handed, you're slipping the other way to your left. So boxing stance right here, just to give you a better way of visualizing that punch being thrown at you. You're going to throw the jab, then visualize it coming at you, defend the jab. Throw the jab, slip the jab. Not at the same time. Throw it first, visualize, move out the way after. Throw the jab, defend the jab. Throw the jab, defend the jab. Throw it, defend it. Throw it, defend it. Now the cross, same way to defend it. The cross straight down the center, you're simply going to slip the other way to the front side of your body, okay? Slipping to the front and coming straight back. Notice when you slip to the front hand, your body has to rotate a little bit more as you would the first slip. So you want to put a little more intensity behind that slip towards the front, all right? Moving towards that front hand, that back shoulder slightly turns as I bend my knees and take my head off of that center line. That cross should be passing straight through right here. So if I throw the cross, boom, I visualize the cross coming at me, I'm slipping towards that front hand. Throw the cross, visualize it, defend the cross. Throw the cross, defend the cross. Throw the cross, defend the cross. Throw it, pop, defend it, boom. Review, throw the jab, slip to the back. Throw the cross, slip to the front. Jab, defend it. Cross, defend it. Try it slow with me, okay? 1 is the jab, boom. Defense, slip the jab. 2 is the cross. Defense number 2, slip the cross. Let's just do defense only. Slip to the back, 1. Slip to the front, 2. Slip, 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 slip. Let's drill it. 3 minutes.